Well, hello, everybody. My name is Ferdinand Soriano. I want to welcome all of you to Emporium's Flexing Philippines. The name of this episode is called Uncovering Profitable Philippine Products. If you like the sign, it's just right there, just in case you forget or you're having problem with your audio. Anyway, everyone, my name again is Ferdinand Soriano. I am from Emporium. And I'm glad that you guys are joining us today because our job for today is to introduce to you an amazing product from the Philippines. Just to let you know, this and future show, it'll be about introducing Philippine-made products to all of you who maybe never thought that, wow, there's actually so much, so many amazing products to the Philippines, but not just amazing, but actually profitable. Because that's why we emphasize the word profitable. Some of the products that we're going to be seeing in today and future shows, we're going to try to give you a perspective on whether it's something that you might want to consider selling it here in the U.S., especially if you're a buyer or you're a Filipino entrepreneur, Filipino-American entrepreneur who maybe want to start a business promoting Philippine products. And we'd love to be a part of that. And hopefully when you watch these shows, you get an idea what they are, how you can get them, and who makes them in the Philippines, and you can connect with all of them through here, of course, or maybe even if you want to go directly. But today our job is really just to expose these products to the U.S. market and beyond, of course. And this is a big task. I cannot do it by myself because the one weakness that I have as far as being in the U.S. is that I always wanted to have a partner in the Philippines who can actually talk to the manufacturers, give a perspective on what their product is all about, so he can see it firsthand how amazing these products are. So without further delay, I'd like to go ahead and introduce to you from JLS MEBC, a good friend of mine. His name is Jeremy Solomon. Jeremy!
Hello. Hi, Ferdy. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday in the Philippines. And to all our viewers in the US, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat.
I know.
Good evening. That's
right now it's just still so much daylight na pwede pa tayo
right.
sabihin na afternoon, but at the end of the day, I know you guys are just starting it there. So what's the weather like sa Pilipinas right now where you are, Jeremy?
Currently, I'm here in Cavite, no? So together with our guest as well, she's also based in Cavite, no? Currently, it's a sunny day. Maganda. Sa awa ng Diyos, the weather is good.
I
So,
know.
yeah.
So, maganda
So
naman kung
far,
the weather is always good. I mean, when the weather's good, Philippines is amazing. But even then, you know what I noticed about Philippines? Kahit na siguro umuulan, it doesn't matter. I remember as a kid, it doesn't matter to me kung yung weather is raining. It's just nice to play outside because it's not like here in the U.S. when it rains, it's cold. But in the Philippines, I miss that part. But I know that recently you guys had a rain there. But so I'm sure everybody's recovering from all of that, right?
yeah. The last Typhoon Karina, medyo alanganin talaga yung impact nun. So, but then again, everyone resilient ang Filipino. So, again, tayo ulit.
Siyempre,
You
bangon
know,
ulit, as they say,
bangon
bangon,
ulit. Sige,
bangon,
yeah.
bangon. Speaking of bangon, a lot of products are going to be rising from the Philippines. So I'm going to turn the microphone over to you, so to speak, and then tell us a little bit about our guest today. I know that she's part of one of your program, the programs that you're currently managing in the Philippines. So I'll let you go ahead and maybe introduce her, okay? And then we can just all talk to her together.
Oh, yeah. So, our first guest ngayon is basically one of my mentee, and we are actually undergoing a 4-month product, digital marketing plan. So we need to give them some ideas on what will be the things that they have to prepare, especially yung mga digital asset, things like that. So our guest today, si Miss Mary Rose, has this skincare, natural skincare manufacturer siya. So I will leave some of the information to her that she can explore more. But she's based here in Cavite. So ang maganda dito is that she is one of the many mentees na i-run natin. So I am happy that Miss Mary Rose is actually going to be our first guest, and i-showcase niya yung kanyang produkto. So I will let Mary Rose na lang expound, no. So if I'm not mistaken, 2021 yung business na ni-start niya. So we'll give her the opportunity to explain a little bit further yung kanyang advocacy. So we'll see. Ferdy, yeah.
Yeah, you know what
But
though? You know what I like about her soap. The product is soap. I'm excited to have her here because it's a plant derived, natural, and organic skincare brand, inspired by the essence of
exactly.
nature. So I'm excited for all of you who are into health and wellness. She'll get to talk to you a little bit about her products. So without further ado, let me go ahead and bring her up. So let me go ahead and bring up Mary Rose Marapia.
Marapia.
All
Yeah.
right, so let's go ahead and bring her up. Hi, Mary Rose.
Hello.
Hey!
Hi. Good afternoon to you, Sir Ferdinand, and good morning in the Philippines. So, sa lahat ng mga nanonood din to, good afternoon to everyone, or good morning kung asan man po kayo. So, yun po. My name is
Correct.
Mary Rose
We are
Marapia.
international, Miss Mary Rose.
I'm so grateful to be here po, actually. So, this is my first time. So, that's why I said myself, kinakabahan pero kaya ko 'yan. Kasi international tayo, so we have to go for it. So, thank you for
True.
inviting me for this opportunity. I'm grateful for it.
So what we're gonna do now is, Jeremy, do you want her to go first? I mean, we should talk. She should go first. She should talk about a little bit about her product, and then what's gonna happen is, si Jeremy says susunod, he's gonna talk a little bit about the potential of the products globally, and then later on the show, I get to talk about the opportunities for Mary Rose with her product in the U.S., and we get to ask her some questions. But for now, why don't we turn over the main focus to Mary Rose so she can talk a little bit about her product? Is that okay, Mary Rose?
Sure.
Yan.
Oops.
Okay.
Yan. I think share na ni Sir Ferdy, no? Ikaw na mag-share
Do
nung
you
deck.
want to share the one with the voiceover or the one with the deck only?
It's up to you, sir. Anything.
Okay,
Yan.
there you
Both
go.
good.
Ito na lang. Oh,
All right, there you go.
Okay. This is me. Okay. My name is Mary Rose, and I'm the sole owner of this skincare. I was the skincare therapist po. Pwede po ba yung isa na lang siguro? Kasi medyo ano to eh. Yung isa kasi medyo ano na siya,
Part of my passion, I
okay na.
began opening my door to share my knowledge in TED soap making class to help other women be empowered. Then I started to manufacture my own Pilifalp oil while supporting the small town community in Bicol region. All along, I continued to study online, focus on skincare formulation with Formula Botanica in the UK, and has since qualified as an organic skincare formulator. Dagda is a skincare brand that focuses on creating natural products that are healthy, safe, and effective. We offer a range of products free from harmful chemicals and synthetic ingredients, ensuring the best care for your skin. Our ingredients are primarily sourced from small rural handcrafted producers who specialize in plant-based oil such as pili oil, Manila elemi, shea butter, cocoa butter, and coconut oil. We also use concentrated botanical extract, all rich in antioxidant, vitamins, and essential nutrients for healthy skin. Our soap and skincare products are handcrafted in small batch. They are made with genuine essential oil, ensuring our skin receive all the benefits that nature has to offer. We use only natural clay and plant-based colorant to give our products their beautiful hues and maintaining our commitment to purity and quality. Our mission, we aim to offer genuine natural products using quality ingredients in all our products lines. Our goal is to provide products you can trust while protecting environment. Our mission, to provide a natural high-quality skincare product line that caters to sensitive skin at an affordable price while supporting small town community in Bicol region who cultivate pili nuts tree. Our products. Our Refer Serum is advanced skincare solution designed to tackle problematic skin with the power of premium plant-derived ingredients. Experience the transformation of your skin as this high-performance serum works to soothe, nourish, and rejuvenate, revealing the clearer, healthier complexion of the skin. Why cold processed soap? Cold processed soap made with plant-based oil, butter, and botanical extract are highly in antioxidant, vitamins, and nutrients which are necessary for healthy skin. Our soap are handcrafted in small batches and contain only pure essential oil, no synthetics, to ensure that the skin receives all the benefits from outside to inside. The skin is the largest organ of our body, so it deserves to be looked after. Pili pulp oil is a versatile, powerful ingredient that offers numerous benefits for the skin. Its ability to deep hydrate, soothe, and rejuvenate make its valuable addition to any skincare routine, especially for the seeking natural and effective solution for healthier, more radiant skin.
Yes, thank you. That is
There.
just very small introduction, but yes, I have still so much to tell.
Ayan. There you go. So, yun yung pinaka-overall, no? So, did you know that, Kan, Ferdy, I went actually last week sa Camarines and there was really a town called Pili. Unang lumabas sa isip ko si Dagta kaagad-agad eh. Yeah.
Actually, I come from a small town of Bicol region, sir. So, kaya I support the small town, and then I see the opportunity of that pili trees. It's been neglected for many, many years until now. Many people is still not aware with what we have in the Philippines. So, yes, I'm very excited with this project of mine.
Nice, oo, oo. At least may mga communities talaga na no, they're going to grow their PD trees and then they'll give it to you. Can you give us a little bit of an overview, Miss Mary Rose, yung kunwari nandun sa probinsya, so are they going to process it ba? Meron ka bang facility somewhere doon sa lugar nila, or how is that, ma'am?
Yes. Since when we retired here in the Philippines, year 2021 actually, retired, I'm still early. It's because of my husband. My husband chose to retire here. He is a South African. And so my business actually I established in year 2022. This is the Dagta brand. So, but since when we return in the Philippines, I bought this property in a small town. It's about 4 hectares, and I planted some pili nuts. So what I did,
Pilinas.
yes, I choose this um, yung ano na po, yung bagong variety ng pili, which is
Mm.
fast growing. I planted about 1,000 pili nuts in my farm, integrated with the coconut. So actually, mag-start na siya mag-produce ng nuts this kasi ano na marami na siyang bulaklak, and some are already producing some buds. And I also set up some production into that area. So what I did, I bought
Hmm.
this neighboring, yung product
Mga
ng
product nila.
yes, sa
Oo.
mga neighbor area namin sa barangay.
Nice.
And I talked to them that sabi ko nga, sinasayang nyo lang yung pili nyo, inahayaan nyo lang mag-fall dati. But this time, since I'm buying, actually this pili is more expensive compared to coconut. So mas kumikita sila.
True.
And all years nagpo-produce ng nuts. So that's why I'm very happy with it. Aside from that, since binibili ko siya, and then I come up to produce some pili pulp oil, which is really highly valuable oil. You can compare to olive oil. So when it
Olive
comes to,
oil.
yes, when it comes to the nutrients, it's really good talaga kasi very high on the antioxidants and fatty acids. So it's a booming market in the Philippines, and it's becoming popular actually. So yun
Nice.
po, I'm very excited with that one. And aside from that, yun po, kasi may dalawang two-side ako ng business. So actually, one is my brand, which is the Dagta, is a
Dadagdag.
skincare brand focused on natural products, all natural. I produce soap and a serum and some other lotion like that, creams, but everything about skincare. And then my other side is supporting the small town community. So I produce these raw materials, which is the pili pulp oil from Bicol region, extracted from the pulp. So walang sayang dito kasi from the nuts, alam niyo naman siguro yung nuts, the most
Correct.
sensation of the Philippines, mga balikbayan. So
True.
yun po. So kasi lahat ng totally lahat ng taong nakakatikim ng nuts is sabi nila, even in Africa actually, kapag dinadala ko yung nuts sa Africa, sabi nila, ito na yung bago kong paborito. Sa buong nuts na nakain ko, ito na yata yung pinakamasarap. So, palagay ko totoo naman talaga yon kasi malaki talaga yung market natin. But yun po, so para hindi ma-waste yung pulp niya, I study and I said, why do these people wasting just the nuts? Hinahayaan lang mabulok, and then for the animal feeds lang. Totally, andoon yung napakataas na valuable oil. Mas mataas pa sa oil na nakukuha sa nuts. So, yun, sobrang proud ako para doon sa atin kasi maraming sumusuporta na, and then maraming nakakakilala. And I think in the future, we will produce this. So maybe
Nice.
in 5 to 10 years from now, we'll be there. Thank you.
Kenan, thank you, thank you. Yeah, go ahead, Ferdy. Do you want to say something? Uh, hello, Ferdy? Yeah.
No sounds.
Yeah, no sound. Yeah, no. Nag-technical kan siya.
No, I was gonna say go ahead. No, I'm just listening to Mary Rose. Go ahead, Mary Rose.
Okay. I'll tell you a little bit my stories. Siguro po. Let's go back for that kasi since naman konti lang yung na-introduce ko kanina, and ako po ay originally from the Philippines. Isa po akong skincare since year 2019. Originally, I
Mhm.
come from Sorsogon area of Bicol. And then I moved to Manila to work as a skincare therapist, and then I moved to Africa in the year 2009 actually. Sobrang
Mm.
siguro umabot din ako ng isang dekada sa Africa. So
Mm.
my business started actually in Africa kasi we live in the farm since after I work in the one of the skincare spa in Africa. Since nagkaroon ako ng since yung asawa ko ay nag-move sa isang farming operation, na-stuck ako sa farm. So malayo yun sa city, almost about 5 hours. So it's nothing to do. So what I did as a Filipino, very resourceful. Marami akong mga manok, marami akong as in marami
Bahay kubo.
actually marami akong mga plants or marami akong as usual Filipino likes too much
Yes,
yung mga rooster, ganyan paborito ko yun.
correct.
Meron ng mga hen, mga gano'n. And then
Mm.
yung husband ko nagwo-work, ako naman more on the garden. I learned to do innovation, I think. Kasi since nasa bahay lang ako, natuto akong mag-aral na mag-aral gamit ang internet kasi wala naman ibang gagawin. So,
True.
um, he enrolled me into the soap making actually in South Africa and bought me lots of books. Alam niyo naman, Pilipino is tamad magbasa ng book. So, yun.
May
At
katabi, eh, no?
sabi niya sa'kin unti-unti lang. And then after that, inunti-unti ko nga, nakaka-boring ng una siyempre, but later on sobrang na-addict na ako sa pag-aaral kasi, later on pagkatapos no'n, since nagpo-produce na ako ng soap, yung isa kong friend ay, siya naman yung nag-try and gustong-gusto niya yung talagang finished product hanggang sa minarket niya sa mga, spa, sa mga salon. Dahil nasa city siya, ako ang layo ko. So, ako lang yung producer, siya yung marketer. And then after that one, I decide to enroll online sa naman, skincare based in the UK na. Itong pangmatagalan na siya, medyo mas madugo na siya. Pero, I'm really grateful na ako doon, nag-aaral pa rin ako doon kasi I come to know the quality and yung mga restriction and then kung saan tayo pwede mag-market, anything. So hanggang sa ngayon, inaaral ko pa rin yung ibang mga course nila. And then after that one, yun nga po, na-stranded kami ng pandemic sa Africa. Ang laki ng market ko doon. Kung sa ayaw ko sanang umuwi, kaya lang no choice. Yung asawa ko, kaya gusto niya dito sa Pilipinas. So, kailangan ko ulit mag-start over. So, yun nga, naisip ko na, since sabi ko, parang gusto ko magkaroon ng farm. Yun nga, kaya nag-decide kami, mag-start ng farm sa Bicol para matulungan yung mga small town farmer din, aside from para sa akin kasi mayroon akong main business. So, yun, nag-establish ako ng business ko ng year 2022. So, pag-uwi namin hindi pa no'n kasi marami pa kaming inaayos. And, so far in the very beginning, I admit na yung market medyo mahirap for me kasi ang laki ng competitor ko in the Philippines, hindi kagaya sa Africa na developing country. But here in the Philippines is more a little bit advanced, I think. So, yun.
True.
ang daming mga imported na products when it comes to the skincare. So that is my challenge. But after that one, I said no, I have to just to stay true to my goal. Kasi bakit ako nag-start ng skincare? Kasi my biggest talaga, ang nakita ko na kailangan ng mga tao is to go back to natural products with a high quality twist. Kasi ano marami tayong mga synthetic product which is very siya nadi-disrupt yung health and skin natin. So yun yung nakita ko, and then since nasa skincare industry ako, naging skincare therapist ako, is nakita ko yung struggle ng mga tao na yung bang maraming mga skin issue. Normally, most are oily skin, pimples, pigmentation. So, ang dami kong nai-encounter na gano'n. So, I said, I think I have to focus into that to help a little bit most of the Asian people, especially Filipino. Kasi we researched it, we are actually the number one people in Asia that have a problem when it comes to the skin. So, when it comes to the pimples. So, kasi marami sa atin na hindi gaanong aware on how to use properly the skincare. So, that's why I focus on natural kasi more on gentle siya. So, hindi nadi-disrupt yung skin structure ng skin ng tao ng gano'n lala compare sa synthetic. So, ayun. Yun po. Kaya andito ako ngayon. I'm celebrating 2 years na in business. Actually, last August 12.
August
2 years.
12. Oh, that's kanya na 5 days ago.
Yes.
Happy anniversary ulit, second anniversary. Congratulations. Oh, medyo mahirap kasi meron pa tayong normally 5 years to Ferdinand yung small business 5 years yung kanilang milestone to sabihin na nating matatag ka pagka naka 5 years ka. So we are wishing you that 3 years from now we will again interview you, and then we will ask you nasan na tayo.
Yes, I'm excited for that one. That one I will be really maybe on the other side na.
Oh, correct. Ayan, go ahead, Ferdy. Do you want to say something? Yeah.
You know, Mary, there's a lot to be inspired with your story. You know, going from being in Africa where you created a market into the Philippines. So to me, I think you already have kind of sabi mo 2 years ka lang dito. I feel like you already have gotten the experience that you need. At least you know now what it's like in a different market, and now you're here in the Philippines, right? Because the product that you created definitely has to, the ingredients that you're talking about. That's what makes Philippines amazing. Diba? You chose these ingredients that are all about the skincare, all natural. By the way, sa English, ano ba yung dagta? Ano ibig sabihin ng dagta? I was looking it up. Sabi daw, I think it's called raindrop, or not drops, nature drops.
It's a nature's drops. I actually choose this brand because of I wanted to be connected to the natures, and it's a bit difficult to do some branding. Yes, I admit that one. And so many already natural, botanical. So I said during on my brainstorming with my family, actually, is my niece and my kid. With nag-brainstorming kami. And then I said, I think I just go with this Dagta brand. Since it's a really Filipino, it's really, I don't know, Tagalog or Bicol, what you call that, I don't know. But the meaning is the nature's drop and connected to the nature's, it's like a nature extraction. It's like everything about ingredients of a nature's provide.
That's why I researched it. Sabi ko sarili ko, that's a good name. I mean, I just wanted to make sure. At first, when I first sabi ni Jeremy sa akin, ano yung dagta? At first, ano ba yung Tagalog word na, like a different dialect that I wasn't familiar with. But the more I researched it, sabi ko, ang ganda ata yun. I think you can use the name Nature Drop. Even if you say Nature Drop, para bang for depending on the market, di ba? That's actually even a good name also. So you can interchange those two names. But I'll share all those thoughts later. I mean, I'm sure Jeremy wants to share some stuff about yung potential, because we're here today to get to know your product. But at the same time, we did our homework and we felt like we wanted to give you some perspective, yung gusto naming, what we want to see from you, because this show will be good and helpful if we can provide some input to the presenter. Because at the end of the day, syempre, there's a lot of things that there still needs to learn. But at the same time, knowing what certain markets entail, it helps you how to prepare your products for those markets. Right now, you're doing, again, I don't know what the story is in the Philippines currently with your products. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about that. But for now, I'm going to I'm going to give the microphone, so to speak, back to Jeremy, and we'll do Jeremy's perspectives. Ito na yung next segment natin.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. So, can you can you share
Sure.
Ferdy the deck? Yan. That's then. So again, Miss Mary Rose. So the perspective here is that we wanted to explore the world, no? So from a product of the Philippines exporting to other countries. So most of the exporters would need is to have a sound market analysis, no? So the good thing with our program today is that we would want to share the information that is available immediately naman for all that who would want to do the same. Any product that they would want to export, they have to have a sound market analysis, no? Which country are pretty much in demand yung mga products nila. They would need to understand yung market analysis na tinatawag, market access, what are the restrictions on on that specific countries that they would want to penetrate or send their products. And then of course, you need to understand what are the other products that can be actually extracted from that specific product line. Kasi kung soap yan, baka meron pang other sub-classifications na pwede mo pa palang ibenta. So those are the things that we would want you to understand, no? So one of the things that I actually researched, no? So if you are to explore the world, no? So with your product, so isa mapapansin mo, we actually have at least top 3 countries that has a potential market for your product. So one of the surprisingly, Germany has around 593 million US dollar that currently unrealized potential of 145 million. So the first country that you would probably looking at also is Germany. Yeah, so ang laki ng potential pa natin, no? The other one is the United Arab Emirates. So surprisingly, there is around 491 million that is actually now being exported there. And there's also around 292 million US dollar na unrealized potential mo. Meaning to say, there is a huge market in both countries na. And of course, we wanted you to explore US. Kaya si Ferdinand, we are very much willing to help you, no, to have a smooth export to the US. And so what's in it in the US, di ba? Anong meron na ban market natin sa US? So surprisingly, 448 million US dollar ngayon yung market ng market potential ng soap. In specific to soap, no, sa US, no. So currently they still need around 169 million worth of soap. So that's the idea, the top 3 na countries na pwede nating puntahan, no. So aside from the US nga and the other countries. Ngayon, if you were to look at our country now, syempre, soap is a matagal ng industry ito. And in this deck, you would notice that Philippines have already exporting experience already with our partners in our here in Asia, no? So meron dyan si Indonesia, United Emirates, and Singapore. These are the top 3 kung saan natin nilalabas yung export natin. So you notice here is that ang US, mapapansin mo nasa top 29 kasi naka second page, no, ang partner ni Philippines. So nasa number 29 ang US. So sorry, number 13 ang ating US. So just imagine, no, na pwede tayong umakyat, and they are actually had around, konti lang naman ang kailangan ng US, around 249 tons of tons lang ng pinag-uusapan of soap ang kailangan nila. So again, if we can contribute more into the exporting with your product, then well and good. So the other side naman is that we need to understand who are the partners ni US, no? So saan naman niya kinukuha yung kanyang soap, no? So surprisingly, these are the countries in the world that supplies soap sa currently ngayon sa US, which is Mexico, kasi neighboring country yan, so magkatabi lang talaga sila. Colombia and Indonesia. So again, Philippines, medyo malayo-layo ang Philippines, nasa number number 29 tayo sa list ni US. So basically, yan yung pinaka mapag-aaralan natin na kung pwede nating puntahan ng US, we are number 19 at 29, we can actually go up, makatulong sa export natin. Okay, so if we are to move towards US, ang maganda nitong US market currently is that Philippines, more or less, maliit, negligible yung ating share ngayon sa country. So it doesn't mean na ayaw ng US yung product natin, but rather may mga neighboring countries kasi. So ang laki ng market natin sa Philippines to grow it, no? And surprisingly, ang import growth ng soap sa US is around 14% year on year. So what does it mean? So may potential. Even if we start now, there is a 14% growth. So next year, there is still a big chunk of demand for soap sa US. So maganda na puntahan din natin siya, no? Again, syempre isa sa mga tatanungin is that may mga restrictions ba ang US? Yes, we have a mga restrictions. So kailangan nating i-prepare yung pre-shipment na tinatawag and everything, and of course yung regulatory, yung tinatawag nating export and import formalities. The beauty of this one is that since you are in the sustainability area, there is a 23 organizations that supports your product. Meaning to say, these are additional channel in the future that you would want to partner with in the US. So they are very much welcome sa mga exporters that would want to have this specific business owners or manufacturers who sell products that are geared towards sustainability, environmental sustainability. Okay, so a few information that I could probably share in this episode natin is that US is actually a digital payment, no? So 92% of them are digitally aware na. So meaning to say, in the future, if you would want to enable e-commerce, things like that, so wala tayong issue. So yung mga tariff, of course, may mga certain area that would probably have to selective kasi depende sa i-export natin, meron pa rin naman tayong babayaran. But ang maganda naman sa US is that we can actually have a very specific tariff rate currently ngayon. So sinasabi dito sa statistics, zero naman. So ang maganda doon is that konti lang. In short, kung may mga certain area, state siguro, maliit na ang babayaran natin. Cool. So I think I would leave this muna for the meantime dito sa portion na to, Brother Ferdinand, in terms of the market demand ng kanyang products for the Philippines and going to the other countries.
Thank you. So yung mga binibigay sa ni Jeremy, I think it's great kasi globally we're trying to excite a lot of the Philippines, kasi that's the problem, and I think this is just my direct observation with Philippine exporters, Mary Rose, is that they need to know that the products are going to be amazing. There's a demand for it. Hindi ko alam, did you know that? Yung sinabi ni Jeremy sa'yo, yung potential from other countries, were you able to read that before, or what do you think of that?
I think I really agree with that one. We have that kind of product, and we know that the demand is there, especially in US, in neighboring country of US, is really high demand when it comes to the soap. Because I'm the follower of some of the soap making in that area, and I can see that how much they are making with that one. So it's really in a big potential there, yes, and the demand is there. But the only question is how to get there. That is the big question.
Well,
So
I'm
that
gonna
is
go
really
ahead.
going to work.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you a perspective on that because that's what I wanted to share with you in terms of drill down kung paano mo gagawin. And
Mhm.
let me see. I mean, I didn't do a slide, but you're gonna have to forgive me. So I'm gonna end up telling you what they are. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what they are. Okay. So I hope you have your pen and paper or your iPad or whatever, however you want to take the notes.
Ayan na,
I will.
mag,
So
ayan, sasabihin na ni Teacher Gan.
yeah, so I'm gonna
Teacher
go ahead
Ferdinand.
and do that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put the perspective. So hold on, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so my perspective when it comes to the products, Mary Rose, is that in right now, like just Jeremy said to you, what I wanted to tell you was that right now the market size and growth, because I took some notes on this, the U.S. natural and organic personal care market was valued at approximately 6.7 billion in 2022. Tapos and is projected to reach 12.3 billion by 2030. So the global organic skincare market is expected to grow from 9.83 billion in 2023 to 15.98 billion by 2028. So what does that mean to you? I'm only giving you these rough figures, sort of para bang na-excite ka that the product that you have, because syempre kung ginagawa mo, you want to see that it's actually wanted, right? Because of the pandemic, because in the US there's more sort of the what do you call it? The movement, the trend towards natural products, health and wellness is growing and growing. Kaya nasabihin mong merong pang maybe there's economic situation going on globally, right? But to a certain degree, that will still continue to grow, I think, especially because of what happened with COVID, right? So it's still going to continue. I hope you agree with that. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I really agree with that. And aside from that, as I said, people is having an sensitivity issue when it comes to their skin. So they are going back to a gentle or natural source of
Correct.
ingredients.
Well, what I did when I did research more on your product, uh, I want to drill down like yung mga demographics na bibili ng produkto mo. Like for example, yung mga demographics na katulad ng tanda ko, I'm gonna buy it pero most of them hindi sila bibili. Ang market mo based on the research was that millennials anywhere from age 25 to 40, tapos yung Gen Z from 8 to 24 are probably going to be your primary consumers because they're the ones who are driving that desire for natural and organic skincare. They're more intense about that, right? Yung mga natural preference. Tapos kaya sabi ko sa iyo, yung Nature Drops na magandang pangalan na yon, that demographics just love anything organic and natural. So you have to focus on that demographics and yung mga gusto nila, like even your packaging, right? And then tapos yung mga sa Philippines, sa America, yung graphic distribution, where you would probably do well in the US is most likely it's going to be California, New York, and Washington. Okay, and try to focus on the transparency of the ingredients. That's what they're going to buy from you. Okay, they're going to
Mm.
buy that ingredient. We need to picture the Philippines as this amazing parabang paradise na natural ingredients. Yun ang parabang reputation ng Philippines that we want to continue to do. And then as far as yung sustainability, a lot of people in the US consumer, they would be more likely to buy these type of products because of health and wellness stuff yung COVID, right? And then
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and bring Jeremy back and talk a little bit about the profit margin and what I researched for you, so you can see why your product is amazing. Ano, sandali. Let me go ahead and bring him back. Jeremy. So
Yes.
now what I wanted to tell, this is the part that I get excited. This is why I think it's profitable and people should get excited about your product, ano. Is what this is what I researched. So, tatanggalin ko tong sign nito. So what I researched was the profit margins, okay? The cost of producing natural and organic soaps like Dagta soap is typically higher due to the use of premium ingredients. Sabi mo sa akin, hindi ba ginagamit mo lang puro mga premium? Yung pili oil na yan, hindi yan mura.
Yes.
I know that. Hindi mura yan. So,
Mm.
to me, you have to charge a premium for that. So, ang mangyayari dyan, ang pricing strategy, what I was researching what other people did was that let's assume natural organic soaps, they usually can command that. Huwag kang matakot na mag-charge. Pero just make sure that when you're charging, it's right where everybody is probably the same, you know? Kasi at the end of the day, ayaw matalo din, pero it's all about the way you're gonna package it, right, Jeremy? I mean, maganda yung soap ni,
Exactly.
right? So you don't be afraid to charge that, especially kung i-export mo dito. And that's another topic. Baka mamaya sabihin mo pa nga kung meron kang formula, maybe you might even want to make it here sa US. Kaya yung mga sinasuggest ko sa iyo, the reason why I'm very bold in saying the US is because syempre it's a big market. It's worth taking that risk, right?
Yeah.
Talagang believe na believe ka sa produkto mo. I don't know what's your point so far, and then I'll give you more perspective. But what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's because my product, I think it can compete with that. The quality, yes, as I mentioned, is a premium. And aside from that, bringing yung magandang produktong pinoproduce natin from the Philippines, which is like incorporating that pili oil like that. Manila Elemi, people doesn't know that yet.
No.
Is Manila Elemi is really good. One of the ingredients that is really good to incorporate into the skincare also is made from the raisin of this pili, the
Yep.
body.
Yeah. Buddy, Ferdinand, one of the things that would actually demands for a premium as well is yung certificate na in-undergo rin ni Miss Mary Rose ng product niya, which is meron na siyang FDA certificate here in the Philippines, ng mga
Mhm.
product niya. So, I would say kailangan ma-highlight natin na FDA approved na yung kanyang product as well. So,
You definitely need to also, consider the US FDA then. Kasi I really
Yeah.
want
correct.
to change. I really want to, kung talagang business person ka and you really want to go after the big market, yes, sabihin ko sa iyo, hindi mura dito. I mean, at the end of the day, magi-invest ka, but it's a big market. Kakasabi ko lang sa iyo, that's why I try to connect with what Jeremy said, that yung the amount of the marketplace, ano? Like, let me ask you something kasi I want to make a point. Based on my research, okay, sa'yo, how much does it cost to make 1 bar of soap, you think? Estimate mo lang, you don't have to give me exact.
It depends on the kung gaano kalaki siya. Let's say example of mine, probably about the cost. The cost is about 50. The range is about 50 to 80 to, let's say, 100 pesos.
100 pesos. So that's
100.
about $2. Ito nga example na nabasa ko, sabi pa nga nila dito, sabi, soap, assuming a production cost of $3 per bar, a retail price of $10 would yield you a 70% profit margin, which is not bad for something like premium like that, even if you charge $10 here in the US. Yung nga, you have 70% profit margin, pero hindi mo pa binabawas yung mga export, mga ganito. So to me, I feel like, hindi ko alam kung anong gusto mong margin, but I don't know, Jeremy, ano bang isip mo na what's a good margin? But to me, I think the profitability is there. If you can get companies that would try it or maybe get a good order, that's still a pretty good, decent margin. 20-30%, or you would be okay with that, or what? Mary Rose?
It really depends. Kasi pag mas magandang, I think, really to get everything first, andun talaga lahat yung cost, kagaya ng certification involving with that one. So probably 30, 40, up to 50% should be okay, probably.
Yeah. I think you can command that if your product, if you really look at it from the perspective of the packaging, and then you really do a good job in social media and marketing in that way. But I think it even says that you can actually price it up to $8 to $15. Honestly, that's the way you're gonna notice to see if it's doable. Is you go to Amazon, because Amazon is a good place to sort of compare your products, so
Mm.
that way you'll know. But if the product, the way I've seen it already, pwede kang lumaban. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a matter of how you want to penetrate the market in the beginning. So my last comment, kasi alam ko you need to move to the next one. Ang recommendation ko lang sa'yo with your product is this. I'm not telling a lot of the exporters to go big, maghanap ka ng big orders right away, right?
Mm.
Dito, the one marketing technique that I find useful in the beginning, people that are watching what they spend on is, in the Philippines, there's such things as pop-up events, ano? Have you ever heard of that?
Correct.
Yeah, di ba?
Yes.
Dito, that's a great way, cost-effective way to market your product if you're not ready, if you just want to sort of touch, para bang yung tinatry mo lang. Like siguro kahit na, kasi
Introduction.
yeah, isipin mo, right now meron akong 2 tao they're doing pop-up events. And depending on where your pop-up event is, she sells soaps. She sells organic soaps too. Ang ginagawa niya, yung pop-up event niya, ginagawa niya dun sa mga the places where high-end. Yung meron talagang yung demographics that are like in Orange County, research that Orange County where there's a lot of people that are into health and wellness. So to me, that's my recommendation to you, that whenever you're ready, and I know that Jeremy's helping you in many ways there too. When you're ready, I would probably start with that, because there's a lot of these influencers in these pop-up events that would love to get your product and try it out. Okay? And they're not that expensive at the end of the day. Basta bigyan mo lang siya ng konting margin. Kaya sinasabi ko lang sa iyo yung 75% na profit margin, okay lang yun kasi kung ipapadala mo lang konti muna in the beginning just to try it, right? People will actually, you'll never know. Because at the end of the day, people want to try the product. Kahit nasabi mo maganda yung social media mo, where are you gonna bring the product? It has to be somewhere. People have to experience it, right?
Yes.
Anyway, I'm gonna end it with that.
Dito yun exhibit ang tawag natin yung mga pop-up sa Philippines. Mga mini exhibits yan.
Trade fair. Actually,
Correct.
exhibit and trade fair.
Yeah,
Exactly.
kasi nga yung tawag na sa pop-up, kaya sinasabi ng pop-up, kaya nasaan pwede ka mag-pop up,
Exactly.
Yun ibig sabihin. Kaya nga maganda yung concept na yun, kasi imagine yung booth nila siguro mga $150 or maybe sometimes even as cheap as $50. It just depends kung saan ka. Kaya sabi ko, maganda ata itong i-market sa mga Philippine manufacturers kasi hindi masyadong mahirap. Kasi isipin mo, instead of going to like a big store right away, marami ka pang gagawin.
Yeah.
Kausapin mo lang sila, pwede mo bang ibenta yung produkto ko? Tingnan na natin kung mabibili. So, I found that to be helpful. And then I report back to the people that I'm doing that for, and they say, yeah, people bought that 20 pieces that you told that person to sell. Okay, great. Yun lang. And then at least nakita mong nabenta rito.
True,
Yeah,
true,
I
true.
think I really agree with that one.
Nice. So 75 to 80% markup margin is profitable na for a buyer ba kan? Ferdy, nice.
Yeah. So can you imagine kung makabenta ka ng siguro maybe 500 bars in the span of mga, tapos $10 pa yung binibenta mo, that's $5,000
Exactly.
at the end of the day.
Cool.
So but these are, again, hindi kami, I don't profess kami daw ni Jeremy napaka-expert namin, pero ginagawa namin research, something that you may or may not do. So that's why we provide this type of information. So that's why we want you to consider it. Kung gusto mo tong papadala ko sa iyo, kung gusto mo, I can give you some of these numbers that I have, right? And see what you think, and then you can research further, because yun ang gusto namin gawin. We want you to have numbers, so these numbers can get you more excited.
Yeah. And California is Olympics, magandang targetin yan, LA.
Yeah.
2028. Kailangan i-prepare na natin, no? Dapat dagta yung isa sa mga Olympic sponsor.
Baka si Carlos Yulo bumalik dito, lagot tayo lahat.
Correct, may dala-dalang dagta, no? Carlos Yulo. Ay,
nito.
Dalawang dagta, no? Instead na dalawang gold.
So it's exciting. It's exciting. So anyway, I know that we're coming in close to 7 o'clock. I mean, 7 o'clock. 7 more minutes. So I don't know. Do you what? Go ahead, Jeremy. It's all yours now. I
Ah,
wanted to
yeah,
give
yeah.
you information. So go ahead, Jeremy. You can end the show with her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
siguro kan. I probably just one last question siguro. What is the unique selling proposition,
Oh
yung
yeah, yeah,
selling
yeah. Okay, let's go
points,
ahead and bring up that
yung,
point.
yung competitive advantage siguro yung kan, yung pwede nating matanong sa kanya,
Okay.
Ferdy, para at least medyo matulungan natin yung mga future buyer, the distributors in the US that could
Mhm.
actually use this sabi na nating discussion point niya doon sa mga sellers in the future and the buyers, potential buyers. Go ahead then. Mary Rose, do you want to answer
Yeah,
the question?
I think the unique selling point for me, I think, is the when it comes to my product is sustainable and plant derived. Of course, is high quality premium ingredients, especially it comes from the Philippines, and this is a new ingredients also that introduced into the market that wala pa sa iba. Yung kagaya ng as I said, yung ingredients na pinoproduce ko is tayo pa lang no yung nagpo-produce in the Philippines. So there is no copy yet in another country. So yan yung isa sa unique selling point. And ano siya, plant derived, natural, and then when it comes to the quality, I don't hindi ko siya kino-compromise. So I put really the
True.
quality into my product, even so sometimes nahihirapan ako, but I want to experience, I want that people experience the goodness on what they are using. So I want that result, not about that the profits that I will get. But of course, I get there. Of course, I have to do that in correct way. So, yun yung selling ano ko, yung selling point ko.
Correct. So medyo very unique talaga kan Brother Ferdinand yung kanyang unique selling proposition, no. It's because yung extract na yon siya pa lang yung nakagawa ng
Yes,
extraction
and
and oil.
aside from that is more on my product is eco-friendly as well. So, yun yung kagandahan niya.
So speaking of eco-friendly, anong mga certificates? What are the certificates that you have currently sa Philippines?
Right now, since bago pa lang ako, hindi ko pa siya naaayos kasi ang daming kailangan i-process. So, step by step
True.
talaga. So, I'm into that stage. Nagpatulong na ako sa aking chemist para asikasuhin yung other certification. Kagaya ng pagkuha din ng certification of halal or vegan, like that. So, because I wanted to incorporate that into my product too. Kasi mayroon kasing mga final product ako na certified for that, but wala akong certification. Kaya kailangan kong i-achieve yun para makita ko yung other market then for that.
Right. So basically meron ka naman ng no? FDA license to sell, license to operate yan.
Yes.
So Mary Jo, I'm gonna end my comment here. There's three things that I want you to really focus on, other than the quality and of course the certification. You need to do that when you get to the US. When you're thinking of the US, here in the US, there's two thought process, especially that generation that I gave you, the demographics. Ang gusto nila, malaman nila that they're making a difference with their purchases. They're making a difference, right? So they probably would love it if you focus on telling a story about your brand. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tell a story about your brand, because at the end of the day, that's probably the only thing that's really going to separate you, unless talagang you found a different way to make money. I mean, to make the product, right? Pero focus on that storytelling of it, right? Second, really keep an eye on that market you want. So at least focus mo, whether you're going to focus on the 18 to 24 o kaya yung mga 35, yung mga 25 to 35, really focus on them, because then you'll know what they're all about and what they want. Kasi let's be honest, there's going to be a demographics who's not going to care as much.
Yeah.
Right? Sa America, yun ang mga gusto nila, that demographics. And then lastly, do it slowly. That's why I said to you about the pop-up event at the end of the day. Yes, you're gonna spend money. Let's get that out of the way. You're gonna spend money to play here, but it's a doggone great playground to be in. It's worth it for you. Okay, but do it slowly. So anyway, that's my last comment.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you for that valuable advice.
Mhm.
I'll put that all on my notes so I can work with it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yes.
Yes, I'm very specific when it comes to learning. So I like to pay attention with it. So
Well,
para
and
wala tayong ma-miss.
si Jeremy, marami siyang sinabi din, right? So, okay, technically, you didn't have to. I shouldn't have said that. Technically, you didn't have to do the notes. You could actually just play this again.
I know. That is an hour, sir.
Right?
True.
Kaya nga ginagawa ko, I'm gonna go ahead and do snippets of it so that people can eat it, take it in bite-sized pieces. Anyway, 7 o'clock na tayo, Jeremy. Ikaw naman
All right.
na tayo.
Yes. So again, this is our first episode of Uncovering Profitable Philippine Products. Today we have Miss Mary Rose Maripia. She's the owner and general manager of Dagta Soap Trading. So we will be happy, of course, to introduce other products in the future that Filipino manufacturers in this international arena. Our goal really is to bring expert quality, high quality Filipino products to the US. So my buddy, Ferdinand, on the other side naman, will actually making sure that once the Filipino products are there is already a demographics, there is already a international plan, kumbaga, so to say, ng mga lahat ng mga exporters natin that they can start immediately. So yung mga low hanging fruit na location advices ni Ferdinand really gets into the specific na yan kapag pumunta tayo doon, and it gives you result immediately. Yan. So yun yung maganda doon, Brother Ferdy. All right. So Ferdy, I hand it over to you again.
Okay. Other than that, I'm gonna say goodbye. Sabi ni Bruno Mars sa likod mo, nakalagay 10 tayo.
10.
Yes.
Hindi ko lang makita si Bruno Mars. Pinapakita ko lang siya sa
Oo nga eh.
Okay.
Thank you, Bruno.
Thank you so
All
much.
right. So thank you guys. Have a good rest of the week, and then I'm gonna play our background music, and I'll see you guys next time.
Yes.
All
Thank you so
right.
much, sir, for this wonderful opportunity. We'll see you next time too.
Welcome. Bye-bye.
Yung sayaw tayo, saya.
Yeah, sige, dance.
All right. Ito yung sayaw ng Olympians. Yay! Bye-bye.